Breaking right now at 5:30, another child accidentally shot. An update this morning on how the child is doing, who police are speaking with, and what comes next in this investigation.
Plus, the search for a wanted man, the crime he's accused of committing that now may have him wanted by Memphis police.
And Powerball fever, how high the jackpot is going this morning and what your chances of winning tonight are. It's 5:30. Good morning. Welcome back. I'm Andrew Douglas.
And I'm Felicia Bolton. Thanks for joining us this morning. Meteorologist Brittany Bryant is in the First Alert Weather Center tracking our forecast for the week, and it might put a smile on your face. Good morning, Brittany.
First Alert Weather is sponsored by your Memphis area Honda dealers.
Good morning. Just a few days ago, we were way up here in this oppressive level, and we were sweating when we were standing outside. If you were watching the eclipse, then you know what I'm talking about. Just beads of sweat coming down. Now, we're already starting to see a drop in humidity. A cold front moved through last night. It did bring rain to some of us. Still a little bit muggy. That cooler air will arrive by later on this evening, and we'll be feeling nice and pleasant Thursday, Friday, and as we head into the weekend. Now, we're not quite there with this nice weather yet. Although it's all dry here, across our area, there is some rain just west of here, and that could cause a few showers, especially for areas in North Mississippi during the first part of our day. So we'll put a 20% chance of rain in here from 7 a.m. to noon. But then after that, the rest of your afternoon and evening will be all dry and also much cooler, with our high today only reaching 84 degrees this afternoon. I'll tell you what the weather will be like for the rest of the week and this weekend coming up in my First Alert forecast.
Well, I have a traffic alert to tell you about right now at 5:31. Good Wednesday morning. Your First Alert traffic report sponsored by your Mid-South Chevy dealers. So the lights are flashing red in all directions right here at this busy intersection, Winchester and Lamar. You can already see that there is some slowing in both directions, eastbound, westbound there at Lamar. You can use East Range Road over to Lamar if you like, or just give yourself an extra 5 minutes as you head out the door this morning. And if you are going to travel I-40 eastbound, Sycamore View over to Highway 64, 7-minute commute there. I-40 westbound from 64 to 4240, the flyover in Sam Cooper, also 7 minutes. I'll continue to keep my eyes on the roadways to keep you safe this Wednesday morning.
Time now is 5:32. For the fourth time in just days, a small child has gotten their hands on a gun. And the latest case happening out of West Memphis. WMC Action News 5's Jerica Phillips with how the entire incident played out. Jerica?
Good morning, Felicia. Just a tragic situation. We have learned that the child is here fighting for life and in critical condition at LeBronner Children's Hospital. That as West Memphis police continued their investigation into exactly what led up to the shooting. Here's what we know. Take a look at the scene there. The child was shot there in West Memphis last night around 10 o'clock in the Arrington Estates. Police said the gun was likely self-inflicted, the gunshot, and they believe it was accidental. Police are currently speaking to the child's parents and interviewing family and friends. Still very few details at this hour, again, about what exactly happened. We're working to confirm. We'll be right here gathering more information and working to get information on the child's condition and more about that police investigation. For now, reporting live, Jerica Phillips, WMC Action News 5.
Protesters clashing with Phoenix police officers after President Donald Trump spoke to supporters at a fired-up campaign-style rally. Officers with shields and gas masks used smoke, tear gas, pepper bullets, and flashbangs to disperse this crowd. Police say someone in that crowd threw a tear gas canister at police. Officers made 3 arrests related to these protests. In our next hour, hear what President Donald Trump said to thousands of fired-up supporters. That's making headlines this morning. 5:34 the time right now. A typhoon in Hong Kong has turned deadly this morning.
Kendall Downing has been tracking this all morning from the Alert Center, taking a closer look at the damage and destruction of Typhoon Hato. Kendall?
Well, Felicia, 3 people are dead in this while you were sleeping. The typhoon is the strongest storm to hit Hong Kong in 5 years. It forced the busy Asian city to close down, hundreds of flights to be canceled. USA Today reporting this morning that Hato was a Category 10 storm there, which is comparable to a Category 3 hurricane here in the United States. Flooding was a major problem. Take a look at some of these waves crashing into the coast there. The winds also got up to 120 miles per hour. Those 3 deaths came in nearby Macau, which is a Chinese territory, but I'll be watching this to see if there's any new developments on injuries or deaths out of that area from right here in the Alert Center. Andrew, back to you.
All right, new this morning, a hotel robbery in broad daylight. Right now, Memphis police hope you can help catch the suspect. Take a look. Clear video right there. You can see him running away here. This happened at the Airways Inn on Airways Boulevard. Investigators say the suspect broke into the lobby, demanded cash. He managed off with some money, about $1,600. Minutes earlier, police say the same man robbed the Fairfield Inn on American Way. Again, a clear shot here. If you know anything, call or text Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH. A warning for you this morning: if you raise chickens or ducks, a 10-state outbreak of human salmonella infections are being linked to those birds. And Arkansas, Mississippi, and Tennessee are all included here. According to the Centers for Disease Control, 961 people, that's almost 1,000, have been sickened. Nearly 1/3 of the cases were in children under 5 years old. Experts say be sure to wash your hands thoroughly after touching the birds and don't allow them in your home. Also, avoid snuggling or kissing your feathered friends. Spokesperson for the Arkansas Department of Health says that it is investigating 30 reports of people being sick, what may be a foodborne illness issue. So far, they've confirmed 1 case of salmonella with 2 probable cases in Stuttgart, Arkansas. It's about 2 hours away from Memphis. Health inspectors are collecting data from all of the sick people with hopes to track down where they've eaten. They believe there is not any ongoing threat to the people of Stuttgart.
New this morning, some good news. On top of opening a second location, Pizza Rev is hosting 3 job fairs to fill new spots. Pizza Rev is opening on North Germantown Parkway near Wolf Chase Galleria. They are hiring 35 positions. The company is hosting a job fair on Thursday, Saturday, and Tuesday. You can fill out an application on our job directory. That's at WMCActionNews5.com. Time now is 5:36. A new riverboat is docking right here in Memphis. The American Duchess docked for the first time this week. This is the first all-suite paddle wheeler to float down U.S. rivers and can carry up to 166 guests. According to the American Queen Steamboat Company, the average economic impact from a riverboat like the American Duchess is $42 million. The remnants of what once was Tropical Storm Harvey is regaining strength in the Gulf of Mexico right now.
Kendall Downey's in the Alert Center tracking whether or not Harvey could have an impact on the U.S. Kendall.
Andrew, I was taking a look at some of the Houston news stations this morning. They are all watching this very closely. The remnants of Harvey could threaten the Texas Gulf Coast by Friday. It's possible the storm would strengthen to a hurricane before landfall and then stall, which may create massive flooding in Texas and Louisiana. Let's take a look at Harvey's impact right now in Barbados last week. There you can see heavy rain and flooding. Strong winds were also a problem on the island nation there. The National Hurricane Center saying this morning there is a 100% chance of Harvey redeveloping, so it seems very, very likely with a 100% chance there. Now, if Harvey became a hurricane and hit Texas, get this, it would be the first hurricane to do so in almost 10 years. The last hurricane that hit Texas was Ike in 2008. Everyone down there watching very closely this morning to see what the impact of Harvey will be. And Brittany tells us if we could see any impact here in the Mid-South. Brittany.
First Alert Weather is sponsored by your Memphis area Honda dealers.
Good morning. Well, we've been monitoring this system for the past few days as our weather models have been showing that it might have an impact here. Here's where it is now. It's going to make a beeline for the Gulf Coast here of Texas, likely impacting Houston here within the next 48 hours. So this will probably become a tropical storm or a tropical depression within the next day. And as this starts to move onshore, it could cause some really heavy rain even to our area. Now, the majority of this heavy rain will be centered, again, along the Gulf Coast, but the system will weaken as it starts to move onshore, and it will likely give us up to 3 or 4 inches of rain Monday through Friday. So right now models are showing us that we could see several days here with some heavy rain in the Mid-South, and that could result in some localized flash flooding here with 5 days of rain. That could cause some major issues here. We are also dealing with a few showers this morning, not associated with that system on the Gulf Coast, actually associated with another system in the central portions of Arkansas right now. A few showers just south of Marianna, Arkansas. This is all pushing off to the east. I'll let you know if this could impact us here in West Tennessee and how long we'll have a chance for showers today, coming up in my First Alert forecast.
Well, it's still very quiet on the roadways, 5:39. Wednesday morning. Good morning to you. Your first alert traffic report sponsored by your Mid-South Chevy dealers. Look at all of that green with the exception of right there. That is going to be southbound there on 51 right as you are approaching the Millington 101 connector. Nothing major at all. So let's go to our TDOT SmartWay cameras. We can take a mini camera tour. Busy here, I-55 northbound, southbound there around 55 240 Malfunction Junction, and continuing on the south leg of I-240. Taking a look at I-240 eastbound there at Mill Branch. So if you're traveling out of Whitehaven and entering the south leg of 240, you can see this is typical there around Mill Branch and Airways. And one final check with our last TDOT SmartWay camera here. It's really quiet. I-240, I-40. If you continue to use I-40 traveling to downtown Memphis, right there at Danny Thomas or even Riverside, it looks good. Don't forget, make sure you avoid texting and driving.
Time now is 5:40, and we've got lottery fever this morning. The Powerball jackpot for tonight's drawing has reached $700 million.
Wow, that's a lot of cheeseburgers. WMC Action News 5, Tiffany Neely in the Breaking News Center with the reason this jackpot is breaking records. Morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Andrea. For everyone at home, if you're heading out the door to work, you may want to stop and pick up a Powerball ticket on your way in, especially when today's jackpot will be the second largest Powerball jackpot in the game's history. So this is what we know. We've actually learned the Powerball jackpot is now at $700 million, a near record-breaking number. The largest jackpot was back in 2016 with a jackpot of $1.58 billion. Now, we covered that when a family in Munford, Tennessee was one of the winners for that $1 billion prize. Now, we found out you would have a 1 in 292 million chance of winning the Powerball, according to lottery representatives. But you have until 8:59 tonight to buy your ticket and try your luck at those chances. Reporting live, Tiffany Neely, WMC Action News 5.
Announcer pulled.
The reason this broadcaster was booted from the University of Virginia's football home opener. And the wife of Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin has apologized for an Instagram rant against a commenter. The reason behind the social media spat.
You're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic each and every morning here. You are watching WMC Action News 5 this morning as we take a look at our high five from East Memphis on this Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Royal's Labor Day mattress event is going on now. Get a free wireless adjustable base.